Let's learn about science. What are the major bodies of water? In this science lesson, we're going to explore 5 different major bodies of water. At the end, I'll give you a few riddles to solve, and then we're going to create postcards about one of the bodies of water we learned about. It should be a super fun lesson. Let's get started. Bodies of water, oceans. Oceans are the largest bodies of water on Earth. Oceans cover more of the Earth's surface than landforms. Ocean water is salty. When it rains, the rainwater runs off surrounding land and mixes with minerals from the rocks. Much of this water then flows into the ocean. These minerals cause the ocean water to be salty. Some of the salt in ocean water also comes from underwater volcanoes and heated vents on the ocean floor. Think about it, boys and girls. Have you ever visited the ocean? When you were at the ocean, did you ever get ocean water on your tongue and taste how salty it is? Rivers. Rivers are bodies of fresh water that flow into other bodies of water. Rivers flow into other bodies of water, oceans, lakes, or another river. River water comes mainly from rain and mountain lakes. Rivers change their size at different times of the year, which changes the land around them. Have you ever been on an airplane and seen a river from high above? Fun fact, the Wallkill River flows in my backyard, and at different times of the year, I witness the Wallkill River with different water levels. For example, in the summer, when it's very hot and dry, the water level in the Wallkill River gets very low and the water is very still. In the spring, toward the end of the winter and at the beginning of the spring, when all the snow is melting and we're getting a lot of rain, the Wallkill River is flowing very quickly and the water rises a lot. Also, at different times of year when there's been storms, I've had very interesting things float on the Wallkill River onto my property. One year, when we had one of the hurricanes a long time ago, I had big pumpkins and onions wash up on my yard. That was a very interesting thing to find in my backyard. Lakes. Lakes are bodies of water surrounded by land that is deep. Lake water is calm and fairly deep. Lakes do not flow from one place to another like a river. Plants can grow on the top of a lake, but usually cannot grow from the bottom because there is often not enough light. Interesting fact, most lakes are filled with fresh water. Some lakes have salt in them. The Great Salt Lake in Utah is an example of a saltwater lake. Why do you think it has salt in it? Ponds. Ponds are bodies of water smaller and more shallow than lakes. Ponds are more shallow than lakes, so they have more light at the bottom. This allows plants to grow from the bottom up to the top. Water in a pond does not move. Just like with lakes, the water in a pond can be liquid in summer and solid in winter in freezing temperatures. Glaciers. Glaciers are large masses of ice that form on land. Glaciers form where the year-round temperature is very cold. Falling snow builds up in thick layers. The weight of the thick layers of snow presses tightly together and turns into solid water that we call ice. Glaciers move very slowly. Glaciers change the land by using their massive force to move rocks, soil, and other natural materials from one place to another. Glaciers are usually found near the North and South Poles or on very high mountains. Interesting fact, the Finger Lakes in New York were formed millions of years ago by glaciers that pushed dirt and rocks as they formed to make giant grooves in the land. These grooves were then filled with water as the ice melted to form these lakes. All right, boys and girls, we finished studying our 5 different bodies of water for today, and now we're going to look at some fun riddles. Today, we're going to be playing a riddle game using our knowledge of major bodies of water. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read you a riddle. I'm going to give you some time to think about it, and I'm not going to reveal the answer just yet. I'll reveal I'll reveal the answer in your seesaw activity. All right, riddle number 1. I am a large body of fresh water. I flow into another body of water, such as an ocean, lake, or even another body of water like me. My water comes from rain, snow melting on a mountain, or even a mountain lake. I can be liquid or solid. What am I? All right, so think about the details that I gave you in this riddle, and think about some of the evidence that you heard that you can link back to the lesson about bodies of water. Do you know what body of water this is? All right, boys and girls, you'll find out the answer in your seesaw activity. Riddle number 2. I am the largest of all bodies of water on Earth. Rainwater mixes with minerals from rocks, runs off the land, and flows into me. The minerals make my water salty. What am I? I don't know about you, but that last sentence really gave me a good clue, and I know the answer to this riddle. All right, so think about some of the evidence in this riddle that you can link back to the lesson. Do you have the answer? All right, lock it in. You'll get the answer revealed in your seesaw activity. And if it's helpful, you can write down your answers on your marker board or in a journal, and then you can check them against the answers in the seesaw activity. Okay, riddle number 3. I am a large body of fresh water surrounded by land, but I could surround an island. My water is still, but may have small waves and plants growing only in my top layers. I can be liquid in the summer and solid in the winter. What am I? So think about some of the details in this riddle. Think about the evidence that you can link back to that lesson. Do you have an answer? All right, lock that answer in, or if you're writing it down, get it written down, and again, the answer will be revealed in your seesaw activity. Riddle number 4. I am a small body of fresh water. My water is very calm. I have a lot of plants and animals living in me. My plants can grow from my bottom up to the surface. I can be skated on in the winter if it's cold enough for ice to form on my surface. What am I? Okay, be careful with this one because this one's similar to one of our past riddles. It has some of the same clues, but there is one detail in here that makes it very easy to tell which body of water this is. And I want you to think about my plants can grow from my bottom up to the surface. That clue really gave this one away. Do you have your answer locked in? Okay, lock it in your brain or write it down on your marker board, and again, it will be revealed in your seesaw activity. And your last riddle for the day, riddle number 5. I am slow moving. It takes me many years to form. You can find me near the North and South Poles, or even at the tops of very high mountains. I am made of solid water. What am I? All right, lock that one into your brain or write it down on your marker board. And again, the answer will be revealed in your seesaw activity.